Welcome back to the garage. Gerald and Logan is here, my son, my 12-year-old son. Well, I don't like when I look at myself. I got to look at the camera. It's hard to do, right?
I don't like looking at you either.
Do you look at the camera or do you look at yourself on camera? I don't like doing that.
Both.
Oh, okay. Critics' Choice Awards, probably the first real, definite precursor for the Academy Awards. Logan, you may have seen him the last couple of years. He does his own predictions on my channel that are just like him, filling out what movie he thinks should win, and it's really cute, and we love it. We're going to do it again this year when we find out what the Oscar nominees are. It's really hard, by the way, to avoid social media for multiple hours because it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and these nominees came out 4 hours ago. I pulled it up for him to look at it on my phone, so I saw the Center's poster in a couple categories, but I don't know anything what's been nominated. So he's going to read the nominees to me in the major categories, and then I have my picks here to see what I missed, if anything, which I'm sure I obviously did. So let me go back up the picture. I went in big time on No Other Choice, Park Chan-Wook. So I put it in almost every category that it was eligible for. So if it does not get nominated a lot here today, then I'm going to be missing at least one in multiple categories because I went hard for Park. What else? Oh, obviously, as a huge defender and fan of Wicked for Good, I'm hoping for a good turnout for that one. Okay, it showed up on the AFI list this week. It showed up on the NBR top 10. So it's off to a good start. So I just hope that train keeps rolling. Obviously, Ariana's part of that too. We'll see what happens.
The nominees for Best Picture are Begonia.
Whoa, whoa, stop. The first movie you said, so Avatar's not on there. It's an alphabetical order. So there's no Avatar? It's Begonia. The first movie's Begonia. I'm asking you to confirm.
Yes.
Okay, so Avatar missed. Come here, Luke. You can read the next one. My other boy's out here now. All right, go ahead. What's after Begonia?
Frankenstein.
Okay, that's expected. Okay. All right, good.
Hamnet.
All right, good. Yes.
J. Kelly.
Yay! What YouTuber has been telling you guys for multiple months that J. Kelly is on his way to a Best Picture nomination? I hope Clooney gets in here too. He might not though. But okay, go ahead.
Marty Supreme.
Yeah, expected. Yep.
One Battle After Another.
Yeah. There's your winner. Yep.
Sentimental Value.
Okay, international. Okay, that's good, but No Other Choice. So you did Marty. You went from Marty Supreme to Sentimental Value.
No, I went from Marty Supreme to One Battle After Another to Sentimental Value.
Okay, so no Other Choice. Okay, that's a bummer. All right, go ahead.
Sinners.
Of course.
Train of Dreams or Train Dreams.
Train of Dreams is actually a really good title.
It's better.
But wait a minute, Train Dreams got in here? That's not it. Wicked's in here, right? That's it?
Yeah, Wicked. No, Wicked's after that.
Why did you bring your snake out here? Avatar, Fire and Ash did not get in.
It did not.
So that is because it's a write-in. It was a write-in for the Critics' Choice Awards. We're going to find out if it got into visual effects. But if it didn't get into visual effects, they don't give a shit about Avatar. I can't believe that. Okay, all right. And then No Other Choice was a swing that I took that didn't happen. You brought an apple out here to eat it on camera?
I thought it was an onion.
God. He's eating an onion. He's Shrek. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead. Hold on. Before you say anything, please let Park Chan-Wook be on this list. Critics, you need to show up for these guys. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yep, PTA, yep. That's your winner.
Ryan Coogler.
All right, there you go, Sinners. All right.
Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, okay, Frankenstein. I had that too, I think. All right, go ahead.
Josh Safdie.
I had that in, although I don't think he's getting the Oscar nom, but okay. That's a good start for him.
Joachim Trier. Did I say it right?
Yeah, Joachim Trier. So, all right, so Park Chan-Wook didn't get in then. Is that the last one?
And then...
That's 6, right? Oh, no, Chloe Zhao, right?
Chloe Zhao.
Okay, all right, yeah. So, all right, so Park Chan, so they don't care about No Other Choice. All right, so didn't get Best Director. It could still get Screenplay and International Feature, but they're not treating it. The Critics' Choice Awards do this. They don't, why don't they honor international films? They don't do it.
It's the critics, not the Critics' Choice Awards. Because the critics
the critics vote on it, for sure.
The critics' choice.
For sure, it is their choice. But, hey, they had no other choice. All right, he's going to do animated feature, my 6-year-old Luke here. But you got to talk in the mic. Come here.
Give them in order.
Talk in right here and tell me what they are.
Give them in order.
You got to talk. Yeah, speak up, though.
Arco.
All right. Expected, yep.
I forgot that her name.
Help him pronounce it if he needs to.
Elio.
Okay, I predicted Elio. Okay, In Your Dreams I predicted, which you like that one. That's a Netflix one. Okay, all right, next.
K-pop Demon Hunters.
That got in? I'm just kidding. Don't be upset. Don't be upset, bro. It's golden, bro. It's golden. What else?
You don't know that one. Little Emily.
Okay, Little Amelie and then Zootopia, right? Zootopia 2? Right?
Zootopia 2.
All right, so that's what I picked. That's the 6 I picked. Okay. Which one would you vote for? Which one's your winner?
Zootopia 2.
Zootopia 2!
I'd vote for Arco.
You know what? The Critics' Choice, they swoon over Disney films. So it might actually be Zootopia 2. But okay. What's the next category? Go back up to where we were. Go ahead, hurry up.
Best Actor.
Oh my God! So Wagner Moura would be huge, although I put him as my wild card because I don't think the Critics' Choice is going to do anything because he's international and because they suck when it comes to international actors. But that would be big. What else? Obviously, Timmy and Leo are going to get in here. Clooney would be big. With Jay Kelly getting into the picture, that'd be cool. And then I think I put Lee Bun-yoon here from No Other Choice, which was a wild card. All right, go ahead.
Timothy Chalamet for Marty Supreme.
Timmy. Next.
Leonardo DiCaprio for One Battle After Another.
Not shocked. Those are your top two all season.
Joel Edgerton for Train Dreams.
Bro, they fucking love Train Dreams, dude. Or I'm sorry, Train of Dreams. They love it, dude. They love it. Hey, you know what? That's good. That's actually in my top 10 of the year, and I thought it was too small to really make an impact because Netflix has so many players, and it felt like they were getting behind that movie late, but that's awesome. Okay, that's in the Best Picture 10, I think, at this point. It would have to miss the Globes and the SAGs to not be. I think it's in. All right, go. Next. You said Joel Edgerton. What's next? Who's next?
Ethan Hawke for Blue Moon.
Good. Good. Okay, I was worried about him because people haven't been talking about it. He's in my Oscar 5. That's great.
Michael B.
Whoa,
Jordan.
hold on, whoa. You said Ethan Hawke. So George Clooney's not on there, right?
He's not.
Okay, I have him in my Oscar 5. That could hurt. Okay, who was after Ethan Hawke? Michael B. Jordan, right?
Michael B. Jordan for something.
All right, and then it's got to be Wagner Moura, right? Did he make it? He did? Wagner Moura? Secret Agent? That's good. I had him as my wild card because the Critics' Choice doesn't do international, so that, I mean, they do, but not often, so that's awesome. Okay, what's next? That's a good category. I like that. The only thing that, I mean, I'm not going to die on the hill, but I wish Clooney had got in there because that would obviously help the strength of Jay Kelly overall, which I love that movie. What's next? Actress? Lead actress?
Yes.
Oh, my God. So we want Cynthia Erivo to get in here for Wicked for Good, which it got into Best Film, so she should be safe. Jennifer Lawrence for Die My Love is not going to get an Oscar nom, but I want her to win and just be present at award shows this year, so I hope she gets in. Other than that, I expect Rose Byrne to turn out. Obviously, we know Jessie Buckley's probably in. So go ahead. What do we got? Start it up.
Jessie Buckley.
Yep, Hamnet.
Rose Byrne. Chase Infinity.
Whoa! Oh! Okay, well, Jennifer Lawrence is out then. Okay, wow. Good, good. God, I love that performance, but I didn't think they would do that. Okay, so they love One Battle. So One Battle's getting in everywhere then. It's going to get in everywhere. You got Leo, you got her. You're probably going to have Tiana Taylor or maybe both with Regina Hall. Okay, I'm into it. Go ahead. Who's after Chase Infinity? Oh, Cynthia Erivo missed.
So?
Oh.
It's a sequel. She's not going to make it.
I'm having a breakdown here over Cynthia Erivo, and you're leaning on my microphone. Wow. If Ariana Grande misses, my channel is canceled. You guys heard it here first. All right, so I'm sorry. I can't believe that. I just realized you didn't say Erivo because it's in alphabetical order. Okay, so she missed. They love One Battle. Chase Infinity got in. Okay, Jennifer Lawrence is out, which is not a huge shocker. I had her at number 6, but that's okay. Go ahead. Next.
Renate
Ransva, yep, for Sentimental Value.
Ransva.
Yep. And that's it?
No. Amanda Seyfried for The Testament of Emily.
What? Amanda Seyfried. Okay.
Seyfried.
I love Amanda Seyfried. I haven't seen that movie yet, but I didn't think she was going to get in here because Ann Lee missed a crap ton of short lists, and it's probably not going to get nominated for anything. I mean, we'll see. That was it for that category, right?
No. Emma Stone for Big
Oh, yeah, Emma Stone. Okay, yeah. I had her in. Okay, that's good. Okay, all right. I think you guys know the only real kind of shocker in that category is Cynthia Erivo missed, and presumably for Amanda Seyfried, which I love, but I didn't think Ann Lee was going to be embraced. So, okay, interesting. All right, what are we up to now? The supporting roles?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Logan, I'm telling you right now, you have a responsibility, dude. If you say the supporting actress nominees and you don't say Ariana Grande, we're done, bro. You and me, we're done.
This is supporting actor, not actor.
Oh, okay. Well, she's not going to be in that category. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Next, go ahead.
Benicio del Toro.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. What'd I tell you? I told you when Chase Infinity got in, they loved One Battle. So he probably got in, and I'm assuming Sean Penn got in too. So they probably, okay, they're all about this shit. Okay, go ahead.
Jacob Elordi.
I didn't have him in. I had him a wild card. So who missed for me? I had Sinners. I had Delroy Lindo. So Delroy Lindo's not in there. Okay, go ahead.
Paul Mescal.
Yep, Paul Mescal.
Sean Penn.
Told you.
Adam Sandler for Jay Kelly.
Nice. And Skarsgård, right? All right, yeah, okay. So the only thing there is I took a swing on Delroy Lindo because they showed up for him big time for Defy Bloods a few years ago, and they were really the only body that embraced that performance, and he's overdue. So I thought they would do it again and give it another shot with Sinners, which is a really strong movie, but instead they went Jacob Elordi for Frankenstein, which has been getting a lot of chatter, and that could end up being huge for him. Okay, all right. So now, remember what I told you, dude. Okay, hold on. We're doing supporting actress next. Go ahead. Remember what I told you, because I don't want to have to kick you out of the house. Who got nominated?
Elle Fanning.
Okay, F. All right, we're good. Jesus. Okay, we're good. Elle Fanning for sentimental value. Okay, wow. Wait a minute, what? Well, yeah, I guess because sentimental value was in film, right? Yeah. Okay. For a second there, I was thinking it didn't get into best film. All right, go ahead.
Ariana Grande.
Bam, son. I gotta admit, I was a little nervous because Cynthia missed, but it got into best film, which would lead me to believe that. I mean, I'm surprised Cynthia missed, honestly, since they got into best film, but because they loved the first Wicked. I mean, they at the Critics' Choice Awards, it got nominated for fucking everything. I can't remember how much. I think it was part of my language. Have you ever heard me cuss before? I'm sorry. All right, go ahead. Ariana Grande, Elle Fanning. I had those two. All right, who else?
Inga Ip's daughter, Lily Las.
You sound exactly like me when I reviewed the film. Inga Ibsbader Lilias. All right, so for sentimental value, I love her. She's my favorite performance in that film. All right, go ahead.
Amy Madigan for
There you
Weapons.
go. Madigan for Weapons. I had her at number 6, but she's gaining in strength, and I thought she would get in here, so go ahead.
Wunmi Mosaku. For
Wunmi Mosaku got in, but Delroy Lindo didn't. Guys, Wunmi Mosaku might need to be in your 5 for supporting actress. I don't want to overreact, but I love that. I had her as my wild card. I didn't have her in my 6, which means Gwyneth Paltrow missed, right? Gwyneth Paltrow? She's not on there, right?
She's not.
Wait a minute, there's no Marty Supreme actress on there?
No.
Odessa and Gwyneth missed. Wow, so who's left? Teyana Taylor, right? Okay, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't get Paltrow then. I missed Gwyneth Paltrow. There's a snake on my head and in my boot. There has a Toy Story reference. We didn't do the screenplay yet. I want to see, do the screenplays. Do original screenplay and adapted screenplay.
For original screenplay, Noah Baumbach and Emily Mortimer for J.
You can
Kelly.
just say the name.
Okay.
I mean the movie. So J.
Okay.
Kelly, all right.
Marty Supreme,
Okay.
Sinners,
Yep.
Weapons.
Yep. Whoa, wait, whoa. What? So what missed? Is Sorry Baby in there?
Oh, yeah.
And that's it, right?
No, sentimental value.
Sentimental value made it. So they really like sentimental value. Have you said, you haven't said it was just an accident? So it was just an accident, miss. Jafar Panahi, which is really weird, especially in the critics group. Okay, so is that it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so do adapted screenplay. This is where Park Chan-Wook needs to show up for No Other Choice because he hasn't gotten jack shit yet. So go ahead.
One Battle After Another.
Yeah, of course.
Train Dreams.
So he is gonna miss again. Because I didn't have Train Dreams in there, so unless somebody else missed. Okay, go ahead. That's a good one, though. That's the same writers as Sing Sing, so that's good.
And then No Other Choice.
Oh, No Other Choice is in, so what
Yeah.
missed? All right, keep going.
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein I had too. Begonia. Hamnet.
And Hamnet.
Oh, Wake Up Dead Man. Wake Up Dead Man's not on there, Ryan Johnson? Okay. Yeah. Much rather it be that trade out, because that one's been nominated twice already. Do foreign language film for me, and then I'll look at the text in peace and quiet. Go ahead.
Un Simple Accident.
Okay, it was just an accident. Okay, so finally, finally they nominated It Was Just an Accident. Okay, all right. What else?
Left-Handed Girl.
I called that one. That's Sean Baker, by the way. So I think that's going to be nominated everywhere. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. I have been telling you guys. I think it's going to be an Oscar-nominated international film, and I'm honestly kind of surprised to see it show up here, but I think it's the Sean Baker factor. Go ahead.
No Other Choice.
Finally. There you go. No Other Choice. So that could be Park Chan-wook's representation to the Academy Awards. He's never gotten a nomination, so I hope it's for this.
The Secret Agent.
I knew that was coming. Good.
C-Rat.
Sir.
Surat.
Okay, Surat. Yeah, Surat. Oh, no sentimental value?
No.
What?
Because it has best picture.
Yeah, but I don't think that matters. But yeah, it is in Best Picture. So why would it be in Best International? It's been in every category pretty much. Okay, that's weird. What's the last one?
Berlin.
Berlin. That was my wild card. I told you. I just watched that from Argentina. That is a really, really good movie. And I told everybody a couple days ago when I did the predictions for this that one could get in. It was my wild card for Voice of Hen Rajiv. That's not on there, right? Voice of Hen Rajiv.
No.
Okay, that's it. I'm going to pause the recording and then look at the technical awards and compare it to what I did. I'll do like a little split screen. Logan, thanks for helping me. Now, you'll remember this when you do your Oscar predictions. Maybe kind of like think about stuff we talked about on this video. Be like, oh, maybe I'll do a little bit better this time. Luke, thank you. Are you still over there? Come say bye on the camera. Why are you possessed? What is happening, dude? Like, you guys can't be normal, can you? All right, back. My kids are still here, so who knows if they'll show up. I don't normally record at this time. I'll give you some thoughts about overall. This is literally an instant reaction, so I don't have a lot of time to like think about how I'm feeling. But before I do that, let's look at some of the technical categories. I pulled up the Critics' Choice Twitter account, and I'm going to go through it that way. And then when I go back in my edit, I'll put in a graphic of my picks so we can see how I did. I think I did pretty good with the ones Logan announced to me. I took some huge swings with No Other Choice, and that didn't work out. The adapted screenplay is a big win for him, though, that if other bodies follow suit, he could hopefully end up at the Academy Awards for that screenplay. So best cinematography, F1, I did not pick. I know a lot of people were saying that, but I just didn't know if, I don't know, it didn't seem baity enough because, they try to predict the Oscars. But, I mean, it could get into the Oscars, so that could be a good sign. Frankenstein, I believe I have that. Hamnet, yep. One Battle, yep. Sinners, and then Train Dreams, yep. I mean, Train Dreams is my winner, personally, but I also fear that might be a Nickel Boy situation where that was clearly the best cinematography of the year, but for some reason, by the time I got to the Academy Awards, it didn't win. At some point, I'll probably just pulling up my graphic to show you what I picked, and I think if I'm remembering correctly, I believe I definitely didn't have F1 in, but I think this might be the category where I had it as a wild card. But I think I missed Begonia. I just really I responded really well to the cinematography in that film, and I thought that with it being Yorgos, that the Critics' Choice Awards might be into it. All right, hair and makeup, 28 years later. Yeah, I didn't pick that one. Frankenstein, Sinners, Smashing Machine, Weapons, and Wicked for Good. Although it's been kind of underperforming so far. I haven't heard Wicked mentioned enough since I've been recording this video. But I'm glad it got in here for hair and makeup. That's almost a no-brainer for that category. Same thing with some other things like, hopefully, visual effects and production design. We'll see when we get there, costumes. The only one I didn't have here, I think, is Weapons, but I did have Hedda in there, I believe, if I remember correctly. I had Weapons as my wild card, though, or my swap out. So it was like my number 7, I guess it would have been. So I was thinking it could happen, but I also am not really sold yet on how much these awards bodies are going to embrace Weapons. But I tell you what, with it being an original screenplay and now showing up here for a pretty popular tech category, and of course we knew Amy Madigan was most likely going to get in, it looks like that they do like it, at least the critics do. So we'll see if that translates to other bodies, but that's a big win for that film. All right, editing is another one I rolled hard for No Other Choice. It did not get in here. I'm looking at the posters. House of Dynamite, I didn't predict, but that's a inspired one. I love that movie. I just didn't think anybody else did, so I was like, I was kind of afraid to predict it, but I love that. F1, I didn't predict that one. I thought it could happen, but I didn't predict it. I'm glad Marty Supreme got in here. One Battle After Another, Perfect Neighbor, which showed up on the short list too, and that kind of probably forced them to vote for it, honestly, because I don't think you would be voting for a documentary for best editing on your own unless you like knew the filmmakers or it really spoke to you or something like that. And then Sinners. So nothing too crazy there for me, although I did have No Other Choice again, and it missed. So I could tell after the first couple of categories that Logan read to me that I was going to miss a bunch of categories, at least one movie, because I had No Other Choice in a ton of categories. So I missed there. And the Critics' Choice international bias is just obvious. But then it was okay in certain categories. Like Mora got in. Sentimental Value was a ton of nominations, but not in international, which was weird. I still have to kind of figure out why that happened. Best song, I didn't know what to do. I think I missed a lot of these. I had a couple of these in my swap and wild card, but I did obviously have Golden. I had, what else they got? I can't read that far on the monitor that I have it on. I Lied to You I had in there. Girl in the Bubble, thank you. Ariana Grande, Let's Fucking Go. Train Dreams I thought was a possibility, and I think I predicted that one, but I feel good about that one. I think that's one that I predicted. And then Clothed by the Sun was, I believe, one of my wild card picks. I didn't have it in the projected 6 because I had 2 Wicked songs and 2 Sinner songs. But yeah, so I mean, Golden or I Lied to You is probably your winner anyway. Now, ironically, for best score is one of the ones that I did go in on for House of Dynamite, and it missed here. At least I'm pretty sure I predicted that one. And then F1 shows up again, so they really liked F1, especially like on the text. Frankenstein, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, One Battle, and Sinners. I want to say for score, Fendrix for Begonia I predicted. I really like that score, and I thought the critics were gonna do better by Begonia today. I really did. I have a lot of regulars that are super fans of that film, and I thought if it was going to gain some traction, the Critics' Choice Awards would be a good place to do that. Now, obviously, it got into Best Film, which is probably more important than all of this stuff I'm talking about, but it would have helped because technically that's a really, really good film. And I think at the Oscars, Begonia would stand a better chance in the below-the-line text, yet it's not really showing up in a lot of them here, so that's worrisome. But at the same time, there's no real surprises except maybe F1, but it's also Hans Zimmer, so it's not really a surprise. Let's look at costume design. I went in for Hedda on this one too, and I see that poster. So Hedda did get in at one of the categories I think it really, really belongs in for costumes. Frankenstein, Hamnet, Kiss of the Spider-Woman. I think I had that as a wild card. Sinners, Ruth Carter, of course, gotta love it. And then Paul Tazwell again for Wicked for Good. So good. We didn't do production design yet, right? So costumes and production design is what Wicked won last year, and in my opinion, it was better this time around. The only, obviously they believed it for costumes, but the only major question for the Academy is going to be is there enough stuff that's different and new in it in those categories? I think so, but we'll see. So no major surprises there. I had Testament of Ann Lee in, I believe, and that didn't get in, but my wild card was Kiss of the Spider-Woman, so those basically got flipped for me. I don't think Kiss of the Spider-Woman is probably going to show up anywhere else though, so it's kind of a weird nomination, but it was beautiful costumes in that movie, so sure. So this is kind of crazy looking at Best Sound because first of all, I didn't do anything with F1 except for this category, and I think I had it as a wild card in another one. I was talking about that a second ago, so I got that one. Frankenstein, I did not, or yeah, actually, I think I maybe did have it for sound. I didn't have it for visual effects, I don't think. One Battle, yes. Sinners, yes. Surratt, I had as a wild card. So kind of yes, I thought that this could happen with Surratt. If you're a critic and you follow film and you listen and you see that movie, you'll be like, this is a sound design winning film right here. So awesome. Warfare I put in too, and it got in. So I don't think the Oscars will do anything that cool, especially with Surratt and Warfare. So that's awesome that they both got in. But guess what missed? House of Dynamite. I did go in for House of Dynamite in a few categories and not thinking it was going to get much. And the ones I went in for it didn't get, and the other ones I decided not to go in for it got. So I don't know what are you going to do. But I love the Warfare and the Surratt inclusion here. I think I may be 6 out of 6. Oh no, House of Dynamite I missed. So I'm 5 out of 6 there. But yeah, this is a good category. I like this category. My pick would probably be Surratt for sound or Warfare. It'd probably be one of those two. So visual effects is interesting looking at the posters here for those. So Avatar did get in here, Fire and Ash. I heard that Avatar in general across the gambit was a write-in situation for the critics. So, and it screened a day or 2 days before the voting ended. So a lot of people probably already voted. So I didn't expect Avatar to have a huge haul at the Critics' Choice Awards after the CCAs, starting with Monday's nominations at the Globes, and then any show after that, Avatar could have a much bigger showing. I'm not saying it will, but it could because it'll be, a lot more people will have seen it that are going to be voting. The CCA just probably didn't have an opportunity for a lot of people to see it. And if they did, would they go out of their way to write it in? Probably not, but in visual effects, they absolutely would. The rest of the nominees here I did have F1 here too. I forgot about that. Frankenstein, I didn't have in. I didn't think it was great visual effects, honestly. I thought it was a little wonky, especially for what I'm used to from GDT. So if they're giving it a pass or whatever, and that's going to be an award season thing, then that's fine. But I've seen his other films, and this is not the best looking film from digital effects, visual effects. So that's just my opinion, I guess, but that's how I feel about that. So that's why I didn't put it in there. Mission Impossible is a good one. I think I had that one too. Sinners, I did not have Sinners because I had Wicked for Good in. Wicked for Good missed. I don't want Wicked for Good to miss when it really shouldn't, because then it's so we're doing that, plus we have the critical stuff that we're dealing with as fans or whatever. So Superman I had right on the outside looking in. I think that I had it as my swap or my wild card. And then Predator Badlands didn't make it. I went out for Predator Badlands because I think that's going to get an Oscar nom for visual effects. So, that's just me. The Critics' Choice Awards do try to predict what's going to happen at the Oscars. So if that's the case, then it wouldn't. But I saw Predator Badlands, and I know what they've nominated in the past, including Prey, which was not as good as Predator Badlands. That movie, he's carrying Elle Fanning around on his back with her lower half of her body missing. And it's you can't even tell, it just looks like that. It doesn't look like, any kind of effects. So it was really, really good. We only have, I think, 3 more categories. So going for production design, I see Fantastic Four right off the bat, which I think is the first time we mentioned that, and I did predict that one. I had that in another category too, that visual effects, which it did make. I thought they might go for Fantastic Four, the Marvel film, over Superman, the DC film, but it was the other way around. But they did go for it here in production design, which I think is inspired because that is really, really good production design. And obviously superhero movies aren't usually thought for that. I also went in for Hedda on this one, and it got costumes, but it did not get this one. So what made it in for Hedda for me? Oh, Marty Supreme. I didn't have Marty Supreme here. I had it as a wild card, I think. So I kind of did have it, but I didn't have it in my immediate 6. So Hedda missed. No Other Choice I had as a possible on the outside looking in, and that missed again. I think Logan read this one to me, right? Ensemble. But real quick, just looking at it, I think I got 6 out of... No, I missed. I had Wake Up Dead Man, and I did not have Hamnet, but I had it on my outside looking in like my number 7. So I kind of got 6 out of 6, but not really, because I had Wake Up Dead Man in the 6, which I think that just means the last one is stunt design. Also, I'm not going to go over the young performer one. Well, I'll go over it with you. I'll give you my reaction to it, but I'm not going to compare it to my predictions because I put 2 or maybe even 3 actors in it that weren't eligible because they're older than, I think, 19 or 20, whatever the age is, and I forgot to go back in and change it. And I remember that when I was like sitting down here to go over, I'm like, oh crap, I never updated that category. For stunt design, actually, I think I got all these except for, I had something in here that, Wicked. Another one that Wicked missed that I think I had. So I had Wicked for good here. And I think I had Superman on, but it was on the outside. So other than that, I think I didn't have Ballerina. I should have. It's a John Wick movie. Great fight choreography, but I did not have that one. But otherwise, I went 5 out of 6 here. So, and then we can just look at the young performer list real quick, see if there's any surprises or anybody think that could translate over to the Oscars. I saw that movie The Plague, by the way, the one that's showed there with the first name Everett Blunt. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. That's a stressful watch. I mean, you guys were talking about if I had legs I'd kick you and all that. Like, as a parent, it's The Plague. I mean, and I have a middle school son, Logan. That kid's great in that, by the way. Really, really good. So are the bullies in the movie, too. All the kid actors in that movie are really good. Miles Caton from Sinners, I did anticipate, so I'm glad to see him there. Carrie Christopher from Weapons, I didn't. But again, the reason I didn't predict some of these is because all of mine were too old. Like, I had Chase Infinity, I had Odessa A. Zion, maybe even a third one, and I was like, oh, shit, I got to change it, and I never did. Shannon Mahina Gorman for Rental Family, she was really good in that. Jacoby Jupe is probably going to win this for Hamnet, if I had to predict it, which I will when the time comes. And then Nina Yo, is that what it says? Nina Ye for Left-Handed Girl. Yes, that's the Sean Baker coded Taiwanese film that I was talking about earlier that I think is going to be in pretty much all international feature lists, or a lot of them. So stay tuned on Left-Handed Girl. Real quick, and wrapping up the last couple minutes here, my major takeaways, and I'm trying to go back without like looking at it right this second, is Wicked did okay, but it didn't do as well as I wanted it to do. It missed in some categories that it could have pretty easily gotten into, like visual effects, like sound, that kind of stuff. It could have gotten in and it didn't. And I'm saying that because they loved the first movie. And I've been of this opinion the whole time since the movie came out, is that Wicked for Good is better in a lot of those areas. So I don't know if they were, these are the critics, right? So the critic scores are the things that are hurting. So if it's going to miss certain stuff at a show, it's best to miss here, because then at least it kind of makes sense. So I'm not like too terribly worried about Wicked. I'm still keeping it in my 10 after all this, because after all, it did get into Best Film. I am extremely worried about Cynthia Erivo now, though. She's going to get into the Globes because they nominate fucking everybody. So there's 12 total nominees over there. And aside from Ann Lee, it's really the only like pure musical this season, I think, unless I'm forgetting something. Well, Kiss of the Spider-Woman, but that would be a supporting role most likely. But I think she will pretty easily get into the Globes. So if she's in there, and then obviously what happened here, she's out, she's back to square one, basically. So it's going to start for her from there, So is she going to take the Globe to the SAG? Is she going to take the SAG to the BAFTA? It's going to be a tall order. It really, especially for like the BAFTA, it's going to be a tough sell. She's going to really have to, I don't want to say get lucky, because she deserves it. It's a great performance, and it's a bummer. I get it. There were so many good performances, Rose Byrne and all these actresses that are coming on hard right now. So I get why it happened, especially since she was nominated last year. But I'm just giving you my initial thoughts. As a fan of that franchise and wanting that movie to kind of keep its strength throughout award season, it's a bummer. I am obviously thrilled that Ariana got in, as she's my number 1 for supporting. She was last year too. So 2 years running, she's still number 1. What else? Train Dreams was a big winner. I thought that when I saw the short list, I was like, even if it doesn't get nominated for all this stuff, this is a big win. This means that critics and the industry is going to lift this thing up. And then we saw it show up on the AFI list as well, which is huge. So it's getting a lot of good stuff this week that it needed. In fact, it's probably going to be in my 10 for Best Picture. Those power rankings have already been recorded, of course. They're coming out in a couple days. But I'll update them for you guys, and I'll let you know when I do change them out. But if I did, it would probably be Train Dreams for something. I don't know what right now, honestly. Begonia got into film, which is great. And then, some of the acting nominations, but it didn't really get a ton of text, which is kind of perplexing to me, because technically it's a great film. So I don't really know. That was kind of a weird hodgepodge of stuff for Begonia there. I don't think I saw enough here to make me think it's a Best Picture player still. I still have it in the top 15 or so, but I don't think it's in the top 10, at least not yet. You know, if it continues to rack up nominations at other shows, then maybe. Already kind of touched on the lack of international love that we usually get from the CCA, so that continued here. I was thrilled to see Wagner Moura get in it because I thought he might suffer from that too. They didn't even nominate Fernanda Torres last year. She was arguably the number 2 for lead actress at the Oscars, so they just don't do it a whole lot. I mean, they've done it, but it's not frequently. So, you know, you had Renate Ransma in there, you had Inga in supporting, you had Wagner Moura in lead actor, so Stellan Skarsgård, you know, technically is international actor as well in supporting. So, you know, they did it a little bit kind of spread around this year, but it was also mostly sentimental value. But then you look at, like, it was just an accident, and Jafar Panahi, I mean, really underperformed here. And then I've already been talking the whole video about Park Chan-Wook underperforming, which went obviously against everything that I was predicting, so that's a bummer. George Clooney missed for lead actor. I think he survived. He can still survive. I'm not saying that he will. I'm just saying I think he can miss here because he's obviously going to probably get into the Globes too, because like I said, they have so many people eligible and the field's kind of thin when you go musical or comedy versus drama, whatever. So I think he gets into the Globes, and then it kind of like a Revo. It's like, what does he do after that? So don't overreact on some of these. Cynthia Erivo, George Clooney, none of the Marty Supreme actresses got into supporting. Don't overreact on that. You know, Gwyneth Paltrow is most likely headed for a SAG nomination for that movie because they love a narrative there. It's been a long time she's been in the awards discussion, and she's also probably going to be at the Globes. So again, if the people that you thought were going to get in here, and I'm speaking for myself too, didn't get in, I'm talking about performances for the most part, and maybe director, but they do get into the Globes, then it's okay. It's like basically they cancel each other out. But if they miss here, so let's just say you're all in on Gwyneth Paltrow, right? She missed here. If she misses at the Globes, you're fucked, or she's fucked. So, you know, you just kind of have to wait and see. And, you know, it plays out over the course of the next couple of weeks, and we'll know. When I think in my head of what this would make me do reactively, the only thing really that would make me really change anything from an Oscars prediction standpoint right now at this second in time is maybe Train Dreams is a lot stronger than I thought it was. So Train Dreams would be like in my 10 or maybe like number 11, like waiting to go in the 10. And that's just off the top of my head. I'll adjust all that stuff next week. You know, the Power Rankings video that'll be coming out in the next couple of days is not going to have the CCA's incorporated into the discussion that my guest and I had, so I'll give you an update within the next week or so. I'll probably obviously wait and see what the Globe nominations look like, and we'll go from there. That's it. I want to know what you guys... I had to avoid social media today, text messages today, on Discord. Like, I was not reading anything because I felt like people were going to text me like Ariana missed and I was going to drive my car off the road, you know, so I was like, I just got to wait. Plus I was like going to do a reaction video. So I want to thank my boys again for helping me do it. Toys on my head and snakes out here rolling around on remote control snakes and everything else. I'm sorry he was eating apples on camera. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you thought down below about the Critics' Choice Awards nominations. Any huge surprises for you, huge snubs for you. Let me know what you guys thought overall, and I will see you very, very soon in the garage.